Yo, Fast Break fam, welcome back to the channel, man. And over the years, all the times I've been playing the W, one of the most common questions I always got, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, is how are you playing this mode and where did you go to get to this mode? So, number one, before we get into anything else, what you do once you're at the main menu for 2K25, and also this is PS5 and Series S and X only. If you are on PS4 or Xbox One, this is not going to be available for you. This is a new gen only mode. Can we call it new gen anymore? I don't know. Anyway, so main menu right here. You want to go with WNBA, and it's going to be the first option on your screen, the W. So you press X, and I already have builds. You go to an empty slot, you press X, and then boom, you'll be able to make a build. But we're not going to do that yet because I know everybody who's on 2K has a My Career build. So I'm going to teach you how to properly transfer a My Career build to the W. So you can have pretty much this, I wouldn't say the same exact player, but a player with the same badges, animations, and capabilities. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that in this. Alright, my bad for having y'all going back and forth a lot, but go to My Career and where your builds are, whatever build you want to play like in the W, we're going to start with that. See, I have a center. For example, for the sake of the video, we're going to choose this 6'4" inside out ISO guard. Now, first thing you want to do is take a quick look at your attributes, because this is not the most important part, but it kind of is at the same part, so I don't want to skip it. But take a look at your attributes, and we're not going to be making the same exact build in the W, but we need to take note of what thresholds this build breaks, so that we can have animations just like this build in the W. But if I go through all my animations here, we're pretty much going to be looking down at the bottom right here. You see how the thresholds say driving layup 85, height under 6'5"? This is going to play a big part of how you're going to make your build in the W. So the build we're going to make, this is, I'm telling you, it's so simple. It's not even complicated. It's so simple. So the build we're going to make, it has Trae Young size up, Russell Westbrook layup. We can't have starter 5 animations, so we just need to make sure that we have enough for Trae Young size up, which is a 92 ball handle, and we're under 6'5". So out of all these key points, we need at least a 92 ball handle, at least 85 speed with ball for Darius Garland. So that's two things. You need 92 ball handle, 85 speed with ball, 85 layup, and a 90 shot rating. And that pretty much covers everything for our build. Everything else literally does not matter. So let's go over to the W and see if we can get a transfer build. Now we are here on my tall guard I just made a video on yesterday, but if you can look at the bottom left right here, 5'10" is the equivalent to 6'4" in the city. So if you have a 6'4" build, you're going to go 5'10" in the builder. And that's how you get all small guard animations with being the tallest you can be. You see what I'm saying? And then 5'9" is equivalent to 6'3", 5'8" is the equivalent to 6'2", and 5'7" is equivalent to 6'1", so on and so forth. Y'all see how it goes? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a build for that 6'4" I just showed you guys to match all the animations that I just showed y'all on that build to get it in the W. Now, you're going to get put on the screen right here. If you already didn't do these things already, you're going to get a face creation prompt to make your player, if this is your first time actually going to the W. Jersey number and nickname don't play a part in how the build plays. It's just all personal preference. Now, with this, you can go point guard or shooting guard. Small forward won't let you go 5'10", but we're going to go point guard just because right-handed. And we're going to go with a build. We got to find a build that matches all the thresholds that I just talked about with the animations on the 6'4". So we're going to go playmaking inside out scorer, 5'9", 177 pounds, 5'8" wingspan. And as you can see with the badges on the right and the attributes in the middle, we meet every requirement for our build. We can get the Russell Westbrook layup package. We can get the Kyrie base, the Kyrie custom that we have, not the Kyrie base. We can get the Kyrie custom jumper that we have because that's only a 90 shot rating. We can get the hop jumper because it was only an 83 shot rating. We can get the Trae Young size up. We can get the Darius Garland dribble style. And motion style and everything, that's free long as you meet the height requirements. But the only drawback from transferring that build from the city to here is instead of being 5'10", we had to be 5'9", because we couldn't get the shot and the ball handle, and also speed with ball. I'm sorry, we couldn't get speed with ball handle, and shot with going taller. So this is the closest thing to the city build. Now let's try it for the 6'10" that we have. So here we are on my 6'10" build, and y'all guys, if y'all been on the channel, y'all seen this build plenty of times before. Now this build is so unique, I don't know how I'm going to transfer this to the W, because how are we going to have a ISO, super tall ISO build with pass sack? Like, that's going to be the most difficult thing. So we're going to figure out how to get it there. Now, like I said, here's a snapshot of the attributes. So with all these animations, of course you can't get starter 5, so Giannis cross sadly is not in the W, but all these other dribbling animations can be in there. So as long as it's not a starter 5 animation, we should be good. So our most expensive dribble move is at a 75 ball handle, and it's Paolo Banchero's aggressive breakdown. Now bottom left, like I said, bottom left is what you want to pay attention to. Height at least 6'10" and 75 ball handle. So Giannis layups is so cheap, it's only an 80, which is actually kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. So we need to find a W build with an 80 layup, 75 ball handle, and an 87 shot rating. So this is gonna be pretty interesting to make, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what we can make. So in the W, Paolo Banchero's aggressive breakdown, you must be at least 6'4". So in the W, 6'4" means 6'10" from the city. So I would have to make a 6'4" build with 75 ball handle, 87 shot, and an 80 layup. Let's see if we can do it. Alright, so I'm here with an offensive threat that is 6'4", 201 pounds, and 6'2". And we run into our first problem. This build gets all the 6'10" dribble moves that you could possibly ask for, but the only thing is it doesn't get KD hop jumper. But a good substitute that is free at no cost of attributes is normal 2. And normal 2 is rumored to be better than Kevin Durant, but my personal preference is Kevin Durant. But honestly, I'm okay. This build is still similar to my 6'10". Still can get the Giannis layup package, Zion dribble style, and the KD dribble sigs with a mix of Giannis here and there. And of course you can't get Giannis crossover, so you have to go with maybe something else like Paolo or Pro or normal, or whatever the case may be. And of course you can get basic escape, you have more than enough ball handle for that. So yeah, that's how you make the 6'10". Now let's move on to the last two builds. Alright, so now we're on my Pro-Am 2 guard that is capable of getting legend shooting badges. And like I said, once you just gotta simplify the build. No finishing. This is just dribbling, defense, and shooting. That's all it is. So I need to find a build that can get these animations that is dribbling, defense, and shooting. And not even dribbling for real. I mean, 86 ball handle, we're gonna see. Ignore the name. But yeah, it's gonna be a 91 shot rating, and we're gonna be at least 6'5" and under 6'10". So in W's terms, that would be under 6'4", and I think at least 5'11". I think that's how it's supposed to go. So we need to make a build that is at least 5'11" and under 6'4", that gets a 91 shot rating, that could dribble, and can play defense. Alright, so I gotta be honest, that build was another unique one. It was way too advanced for W systems, which I wish, I ain't gonna lie, I hope they upgrade the W's build system next year. But the closest thing I could get to this was a 5'11" 3-level scorer at 217 pounds with a 6'1" wingspan. It gets the same shots, doesn't get the same dribbling, but the perimeter and the steal are there at least. I can match the perimeter rating, I can't match the steal rating, but the ball handle is at least an 80, and we can get all the animations that we need and still play defense. And the shooting is more than enough. Like, it's great. Now, one could argue that I could also go with the 5'11" 3-and-D wing to get a lot more in the shooting and the defensive area, and also have somewhat decent finishing with a 75. So I think this one and the 3-level scorer are kind of like hand in hand. It really just depends on personal preference at that point, but I feel like both of these builds match that 6'6" shooter. Now finally, let's go hop on that Joel Embiid build and see if we can get that transferred. Now, I can't lie. This one is going to be tough. I need to pretty much make a W equivalent of a footer that has defensive rebound, can space the floor, well, no. We're not going to say can finish inside. We need an 87 close shot with an 89 shooting rating, interior and defensive rebound with a 60 speed and strength. Okay. So 89 shot, 88 interior, 87 close shot. Alright, cool. Alright, so I finally found one, and the closest spiritual successor to that build from the W. Like I said, it's really watered down in here, but the closest you're going to get to that build in the W is a 6'7", 3-level scorer at 245 pounds with a 6'5" wingspan. You're able to get the same jump shot base. You still have gold post lockdown. You don't get gold or Hall of Fame rebound chaser. I forgot what that build gets. I don't know if it's gold or Hall of Fame rebound chaser. I think it's gold. You don't get gold rebound chaser, but silver is right there at it. You're stronger. You do get 99 strength with ledger brick wall, but as you can see, the comparison spiritually, like they're there, but they're not exact rollovers. But this video was to pretty much conceptualize how to come from the city with the same build into the W with the seamless transition, man. So hopefully this helped people curious about getting into the W, and it helps you understand more how to make a build in the W. Like I said, just to go over it one more time, 5'10" in the W is equivalent to 6'4", so on and so forth, man. So if you go up, so just to generalize it, if you have a 6'4" in the city, that'll be a 5'10" in the W. If you have a 6'6" build in the city, that'll be a 6-footer in the W. If you have a 6'8" build in the city, that'll be a 6'2" in the W. If you have a 6'10" build in the city, that'll be a 6'4" in the W. If you have a 7-footer in the city, that'll be a 6'6" in the W. And if you're rocking with a 5'9" in the city, first of all, what are you doing? So look, if you got a 5'9" in the W, if you got a 5'9" in the city and you think about coming to the W, here's a build, I guess. But bro, I hope you have fun with this build. It's a 5'4" slashing playmaker. If you play with 5'9s in the city, make a 5'4", 183 pound 5'2" slashing playmaker. I guess try to have fun, but you ain't gonna be stopping nobody. You better be the greatest 3-hunter in existence. But yeah, man, that's enough of that, bro. I hope y'all learned something from this video. Leave a like if you want to see more. Subscribe if y'all new. And without further ado, man, this is FastbreakDeuce out. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. Peace.